Hello everyone, this is Gayatri. Hope you are doing good. Today's topic is force and pressure. What we are going to learn at the end of the session is what is force, whether force is a scalar or vector quantity, identifying actions as push or pull, forces due to an interaction, exploring forces such as whether it has magnitude or direction, and effects of force. First, what is force? A push or a pull on an object is called force. In this picture, a boy is pushing a swing. A man is carrying a cart. Here, two activities are done either by pushing or pulling. So, a push or a pull exerted by an object on another is called as force. Now we are going to see whether force is a scalar or vector quantity. For that, first we have to know what is scalar and vector. A scalar quantity is the quantity that has only magnitude. A vector quantity is a quantity that has both the magnitude and a direction. Here, so we can conclude force is a vector quantity because it actually depends on which direction we apply force. So, force is a vector quantity. Some of the examples of vector quantities are displacement, direction, velocity, force, magnetic field, and acceleration. Some of the scalar quantities are length, area, volume, speed, density, temperature, pressure, energy, work, power, time, mass. Every scalar quantity is one-dimensional. Vector quantity can be one-dimensional or two-dimensional or three-dimensional. Identifying actions as push or pull. Here, some of the examples are given. What we are going to do is, we have to find the actions occurred on this few examples. First example is, moving a book placed on a table. The actions are pushing, pulling, lifting. Opening or shutting a door. The actions are pushing, pulling, kicking, shutting. A football player taking a penalty kick. The actions are kicking, hitting, pushing. Actions like picking, opening, shutting, kicking, hitting, lifting, pushing, pulling are often used to describe certain tasks. So, each of these actions usually results in some kind of change in the motion of an object. So, finally we can conclude each of the actions can be grouped as a push or a pull or both. So, to move an object, it has to be pushed or pulled. Push or pull on an object is called force. Forces are due to an interaction. See, in the first example, shown is a car being pushed by a man. Suppose a man is standing behind a stationary car. Will the car move due to his presence? No. What he has to do? The man begins to push the car. So, he is applying a force on it. So, the car may begin to move in the direction of the applied force. Note, the man has to push the car to make it move. See, other two pictures are given. Two girls are pushing and pulling each other. The girls in the two situations shown here are applying force on each other. From these examples, we can tell that at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. Thus, an interaction of one object with another object results in a force between the two objects. Now we are going to explore the forces. So we are going to see about the force as both magnitude and direction. How we can say force as both the magnitude and direction? Let's see with an example. See here, two friends are pushing a heavy load. At first, these two friends are pushing the heavy load in the same direction. And then two friends are pushing the heavy load in the opposite direction. When the direction of force applied changes, it impacts on the object also changes. The force gets added up when the forces are applied in the same direction. Forces applied on an object in opposite direction, the net force acting on it is difference between the two forces. Force could be larger or smaller than the other. The strength of force is usually expressed in magnitude. That's why we are saying force is a vector quantity. It has both the magnitude and direction. Now we are going to see about effects of force. There are two different effects of force. Now we are going to see the first one. The first one is force can change the state of motion. The state of motion of an object is described by its speed and the direction of motion. The state of rest is considered to be the state of zero speed. An object may be at rest or in motion. Both are its state of motion. See, some pictures are given. The first picture shows a boy kicks the ball. So he is giving a force to move an object from rest. Next is a goalkeeper catches the ball. Here the goalkeeper brings the object to rest. The third one is batsman is batting. So it changes the direction of the object, that is the ball. The second effect of force is force can change the shape of an object. A picture is shown, lump of dough on a plate. See, when we give a force on it, what happens? It changes its shape. So, a force can make an object move from rest. A force may change the speed of an object if it is moving. Force may change the direction of motion of an object. Force may bring about a change in the shape of an object. Answer the following. What is force? What is the SI unit of force? Write the effects of force. Is force a scalar or vector quantity? Do the following activity and record your observations. Refer chapter 11, Force and Pressure, activity 11.1 in page number 128 and activity 11.2 in page